All right, Fredlings, I had zero intentions of recording. I was just like chilling and eating dinner and breaking blocks AFK because you could use the F3, or the F3T mechanic, to continuously hit. This is all the stone that I already got, so I was just reorganizing. That's why I have so much stuff here. But this guy showed up. Let's see what he got. Fish in a bucket. We can get some more fish. They're puffer fish. I really don't need puffer fish. Melon seeds. Oh my god, I actually need these bad. And fire coral I don't need, but I'm going to buy it anyways. Well, I'll eventually need it, sure. Wow, that is actually really lucky. I honestly was so zoned out breaking blocks and stuff like that that I didn't even know if I needed this. So thankfully I came up and I looked and I saw, hey, why is there, I was like, why is there another, oh, and then I was like, oh yeah, he's here. Let's buy the rest of this fire coral. Let's buy some tall grass. Don't think I need that. And most importantly, the melon seeds. Wow, I honestly almost done goofed that. That could have been a bad done goof, but we didn't. So let me explain sort of what I've been doing. Why do I have all these cobblestones on me? Literally, the reason why I have all that cobblestone on me is because I was literally, like I said, I'm just sort of AFKing here, doing things. So I was reorganizing. I made these chests, and I looked over and I said, huh, that looks like the Wandering Trader, isn't it? And I said, oh my god, it is the Wandering Trader. So all I've been doing is coming here. I got all my little blockies. I've been dumping them over here. And where did my pumpkins go? Did I just put them in here? I grabbed my pumpkins, came over here, press play on my video, press F3T, stand here like so. So we got melons. Let's go, guys. Let's continue playing, and let's keep getting some more blockies. Hello, Fredlings. I am Claude from Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Fredlings never give up. And I wanted you, and as you just saw in our first ever, I want to say first ever, but our pre-intro video, that you saw that we not only AFK'd stone and cobblestone, but we also was able to obtain precious melon seeds. So I'm happy that I played that at the beginning of the live stream so that you guys could tell that we got some melon seeds and you guys don't think I done cheated. But what I've been doing off stream, as you saw in that thing, was I went through 2 pickaxes. Of course, they didn't break and they were not completely broken, but I went through 2 pickaxes, or sorry, 4. I went and I just mended these up. Efficiency 5, I just went all the way down to it turned red. Not until it turned 0, like to disappeared. But I went to red. Same thing with the silk touch. So we have ourselves an absolute bling blong amount of stone. So I did that twice. Used a couple of these junk ones while I was just, running to the bathroom and whatnot. And I came back. And then maybe about an hour, maybe a little less than an hour, I've been just kind of sitting here at my iron farm, hoping for these guys to run some iron on through. And it has been, of course, working flawlessly after I reset it, because for some reason this iron farm needs to be reset. I think it is something with the chunks loading, and the only way to reset it is unfortunately at nighttime. But as you can see here, we had only a 27 or something like that the other day, so you can see how much iron that we have obtained. Hope everyone is having a great day today. And we are going to be doing a little bit of building. I didn't listen to any music before the stream started. I've been kind of just chilling. I've ate, did some cool things. And I didn't listen to any music. Because usually when I listen to music, I get my entire day kind of thrown off. And I really just don't want to, stream, or I don't really want to do a lot of things. But I did not do that in this case, of course, as stated. But what I am going to do right now is we are going to actually start working on our wall. Oh my god, what is that? Our wall? Oh my gosh. We've been talking about doing this for, honestly, I don't even know how long. Probably since we came up with the idea, maybe about 20 episodes ago. We have our wall officially kind of scaled out to the height that we want it to be. We have a little bit of a rough idea of how it's going to eventually look, of course. Now, it's not going to eventually be finalized like this. We do have a really good idea. Now, I do actually have, like I said, I do actually have melons that we have gotten. I don't know where I want to put the melons yet, but where is the chest that I stuck them in? Here you can see the amount of stone and resources that we have from AFK. We have more than enough stone to probably last me quite a few live streams. Here are the melon seeds. So, if you don't believe me, like I said, just go to the beginning of the stream. I played the video literally in the intro, like literally the first thing. So, go back, watch it, enjoy it, and you can see all the little melons. Now, I did not see another wandering trader come by while I was doing this. We're currently on day 383, so about almost 20 days after our original video. Or I'm sorry, from our last live stream. So we actually have quite a lot, of things going on. I'm trying to explain what I'm explaining, but I can't think of the words. Now, I don't really want to ruin my pumpkin layout because I get a good bit of pumpkins from this, right? I get a ton of pumpkins. Do I want to go make another row with just watermelons more out? I mean, as you guys know, I kind of decided to shrink our farm because, of course, our farm was massive last time because we had so much areas to like the farm, and it took way too long. I really just don't want to keep making the farm any bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because it already is huge, and if I want to harvest this entire thing, it's going to take me, what was it? 40 to 50 minutes just to do the entire farm where if it was wheat. The one thing that I don't like about this farm is when I'm doing the melons, there is just one row, or pumpkins in this case. There is just that one row that I always end up on the wrong side. And, there's two, and then this is 5. Maybe this is where we make our actual melons without expanding it. It would be ideal to kind of expand it a little bit more. But I don't want too many melons because, first off, melons are kind of a pain in a bling bong to craft back into melons. I know there's an autocrafter, and I actually just spent a whole ton of time watching what an autocrafter is and what an autocrafter does because I actually have never built an autocrafter ever in Minecraft. And I was going to build that on the Bastion Earth server, but I felt like that's kind of a little bit cheating there because, even though the Bastion server is sort of, a world that we play on, I kind of feel like it's a little bit cheating because I like this is the world that kind of got me back into Minecraft as of recently. So now this is how many pumpkins we got from that. We got 4 stacks plus almost 5 stacks. So we got ourselves quite a fair bit of pumpkins, and these are way more ideal to turn into how do you call it? These are more ideal to turn into emeralds. But we do have our melons there, and then, of course, one of the other things that I got was coral or whatever, coral and tall grass. Like this stuff I don't know what I'm going to use for, but I do know it is valuable, considering my world is a super flat, and I don't know what to do. And I think also playing on that Earth world, and I'm still playing on it, it's kind of giving me that challenge of what am I going to do and how I'm going to play this game based off of just literally not having anything. So, my idea for this wall is to sort of define, not do the whole thing, and not to go until my brain explodes. I think what the idea is we probably go from this chipper here to about here. And we just design a mountain, and we just go up the side, see how it looks, say, hey, this is what's good, this is what's bad, let's come in here and add some more details. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of the blocks that I would love to have, like andesite or things like that. Even diorite. I mean, those would be cool blocks to integrate. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get a ton of those in this series. We can, and we can, of course, come back and integrate that in. There is one thing that we could do, which I didn't think about until I saw Corrales' video last night, and I didn't process it. We could get ourselves some masons and trade for a bling blong amount of terracotta, and we could just get as much terracotta as possible, specifically the darker colors like the grays, the blacks, the dark grays, and stuff like that. And we could incorporate that into the side of the mountain, but I've not used terracotta that much to know that if it's going to be good or not. And that's why reason why I don't want to go too super far with this designing that we're about to do is because I don't know how that's going to turn out. So I don't want to go super crazy and like say, okay, hey, we're wasting all this time. What I do know is dirt, cobblestone, and regular stone is going to look pretty decent. And if I don't like it, we can obviously tear it down, which is going to be a pain in the bling bong, but it is what it is. So the one thing that I do want to do before we go is I want to make sure that I have some dirt, because we are going to need dirt on this build. We're going to need ourselves stone. So I'm going to take about 9 stacks of stone. You know what? Let's keep the stone here. Let's take it out of our like working area. So how much we have here? We have 2 stacks. We're short of like literally by 1. Let's grab some dirty. This is 9 stacks right there. We'll probably grab 9 stacks and 9 stacks, 9 stacks. How would that be? That's a good idea, right? Let's grab 9 stacks of each, shall we? Give or take. 9 stacks, 9 stacks, and then we're just gonna need some dirt. Which I'm sure I have some dirt sitting around somewhere, don't I? Eggs. I have eggs. These are the eggs from here. I don't know if I ever posted that video. I'm sure I did. But I trapped these chickens in here a long time ago. And I had to go under and get them pulled out, which was not super fun. Where did I keep some dirt at? I know I have some dirt sitting around somewhere. Here we are. Just stack the rest of that dirt on me. It's more than 9 stacks, but you guys get the gist, right? More than enough. Okay, so for people that just are tuning into the series or need a reminder, of course, we are sitting inside of our future beautiful mega build, which is technically not the mega build is going to be on the outside, so we're building a donut build? Question mark? A donut build? Is that what we're doing? I need a bed. You know, before we go farther in this conversation here, we're going to need ourselves a bed skis. We're using blue beds for the record for like temporary permanent beds. So let's grab some temporary permanent beds, shall we? Okay, so we are obviously, their villagers are going to be stuck inside this area. They think that the entire world has beautiful and lush mountains. It turns out the reality, just like real life, the earth is flat. So we need to design a beautiful mountain that goes up here. I believe this goes to 0. I believe this goes to 0, which would put this at, I think, what was it, 6? Well, technically the earth's bottom is what? 63, so it's 63 tall from the bottom. If you count the bedrock, it's 64. We designed the original area here, which I think I might just make this a little bit flatter, but I don't want it to be super big. I do want this to look artificial, like a fake facade still. So I don't want to go too far out. That's why we have a couple of sections that are a little bit bigger, so we can add a little bit of depth. But I do want this to be like a facade wall, because they're not really, villagers are not really supposed to be on this side. We're going to be adding trees, we're going to be adding lush forest, etc. And we're going to be pulling this back too. So if it goes up about 60 blocks from the to the ground, which I believe this is actually the 60, right? This is 60. So it goes 60 blocks from the flat earth. I want it to just everybody to, you know, I just want it to be like the same. So let me explain what we're doing. I mean, it's not really hard to explain, right? You guys kind of get the gist. You guys don't really need to be explained too much. I keep forgetting that, you know, if I die, I'm dead. I keep thinking that I'm going to keep, if If I die, I can come back and get my stuff. There is no die. If this is like, if I'm dead, I'm dead. So I got to remind myself that. So what we're doing, we're going to take this mountain, we're going to curve it and shape it out. There are going to be different spots. I think ideally too, maybe we'll have some like little mines going off the side, or some rivers, or some water. We'll definitely have a big waterfall over there. So like we're definitely having one dedicated huge mega waterfall, like the Mission movie. But yeah, it's just going to be like this. So I guess the only thing to do is just to get started. So let's knock some blocks out here, and we'll kind of shape this out to sort of how we want. Now, of course, we're going to be adding in some cobblestone and stuff like that here too. So it's just, we have 3 sets of blocks, 4 if you count the dirt. I do want to use some, I want to use, what is it called? The mycelium as well, but that's not really going to look too great on the walls. I should have left an empty slot, right? So I could pick up some of these blocks here. So we're just kind of designing this off of the gaps that we have here. Of course, this does not all need to be completely perfect, because we are going to be just sort of pushing this in a little bit each step. We want it to be at least too tall, because we do not want people to escape out of this. Except for, of course, in our lore, we will have, of course, somebody escaping. Maybe that could be here, right? But we're just kind of roughly scaling this out, and we're kind of roughly designing. Just see what happens, see how this looks. Claude, you do not have an elytra, so do not be doing anything silly-billy here, right? Somebody remind Claude not to be doing anything silly-billy. Also, at nighttime, this is going to probably be a death trap. So I do want to keep that in mind while building this. I don't want to go super crazy. I am definitely happy, though, that I spent a little bit of time getting these resources off stream, because even though I did have enough resources to maybe like do a little bit of this, I know for a fact if I do get a little crazy here, I could probably go literally all night. So not sure how my motto is. Brain is gonna load this in, but we're gonna figure that out as we go. And of course, the higher up we go, the less like perfect or diligent we need to be. It's just about literally designing this, right? So this is taller than what we had. Let's go to the bottom. Let's grab some of these dirts that we dropped. In this world, I feel like definitely like Justy Rome was going to yell at me for dropping stuff. So I do not want to like lose items if possible. I'm gonna have to put these torches in my offhand just so I can grab this one dirt block that was remaining. If I knew it was one dirt block, maybe I would have left it there. Let's see. Now, of course, we have Silk Touch. We can grab Silk Touch and bring grass to the top, as well as mycelium or whatever that it was. The other, wherever we grew those trees at. And this is sort of what it looks like. Now, this isn't honestly great, but this definitely would look better than just all being dirt. You know what I'm saying? Once we go to the Nether, we will be able to have access to gravel, basalt, blackstone. I'm not really a fan of, to be honest with you, with the basalt when I originally had that idea. It'd be kind of cool to integrate it in. I wouldn't say it would be something that I want to do per se in this. And maybe if we got those terracotta guys and those masons, maybe that would make this look a little bit better. But I'm not really too sure about that yet. Of course, we can come back and redo this. We have more than enough time. I don't want to redo too much, of course, but if it does look really horrendous, I definitely do want to do that again. So we're going to kind of curve this out here, make this a little bit less stone. But we are still going to go up 2. Because like I said, I do not want things escaping here. So we're going to kind of do this with dirt. And I'm trying to copy exactly what Minecraft mountains look like as much as we can. As much as we can, of course. It's not going to be perfect. And we could sheep out and save some blocks every once in a while, and I will do that, don't get me wrong. But it's not the end of the world. We're just kind of roughly designing this bad boy. we'll just see. We'll just see how this looks, huh? Nice, beautiful way to go on this nice Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Who's excited for the weekend? I definitely am. I'm looking forward to just kind of sitting back, relaxing, not doing too much. Maybe, streaming a little bit or kind of relaxing. Something is going on Saturday. I cannot remember what it was. I'm going to be out like all day Saturday, but can't remember what do I got to do. There's definitely will not be able to be home on Saturday, but I definitely have something to do. And of course, grass is going to grow on here, so it's going to look a little bit nicer as we go. This looks really bad down here, so I don't like that. But I do like this stone integrated with some dirt. Of course, most of this is going to be covered up by trees and stuff eventually, so it does not need to be perfect. This is not going to be a standalone wall where there's nothing integrated in. There will be dirt and there will be dirt and like stuff like, or not dirt, trees and stuff like that in between. So just, Claude, keep that in mind while you're doing this. Don't beat yourself up. I do want some flat sections though, so I can have some trees and some cool things standing up here. Not sure I'm going to integrate that yet. Don't want to go too non-crazy with the dirt because I do want to kind of have a little bit of dirt skis here. And I gotta not do like a perfect pattern where everything is like exactly the same. It probably has been, I don't know, maybe since we did our last mega build, which I guess that wasn't even really creative. I was like kind of just doing what Mumbo was doing, and he said, "Wow, rumors back in the day when you used to just scroll and pick random blocks." And I remember exactly what episode he was speaking about, which is funny. Or his Hermitcraft series. Yeah, it just feels so funny that a couple years ago he said it's just I'm not saying anything different. I'm just quoting Mumbo. It's just like, we thought I thought creativeness was just scrolling my wheel and just pressing random stuff. Now I'm trying to do all these little things, which is so cool to think about, like how much we've grown just in this time. Of course, I don't know if I would say I've grown too much, but I definitely would say I am doing a lot. I'm at least trying. I don't know if it's being successful, but I'm definitely trying to get more and more creative as we go. It's not all successful, of course, but just trying to grow and see what we can do in our own community and build unique things. Like, for example, this project, I always say with the Mega Build projects, I really thought, I mean, even myself years ago, remember when we were making that Fort Liam? I thought that was a really cool idea, which it was and still is. I just can't believe it just turned out to be like so like square. I know that's what we were going for, but I wasn't thinking that much. I feel like this I'm definitely thinking a lot more. I'm not like 100% going to commit with this. And if it doesn't look good, I'm going to break it down and I'm going to start again. Like, if we got to, we will. Like, we definitely have to, because this is the time to grow. Same thing with the Earth, the Bastion Earth. I built UFOs before, sure. I built UFOs many times before. But never out of Blackstone, and I never done it in survival. So I'm just really excited to see how that's going to eventually turn out, and hopefully that series is still running by the time we can get to the point to doing that, to finishing it at least. All right, let's go back a little bit. Let's take a little nap skis, and let's see how this is going to turn out, shall we? There will be trees. 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 Right when that hits exactly perfectly level, we'll be able to sleep. Am I going to keep this witch here to cure villagers? Heck no. that witch is going to be staying there for the rest of her life. I almost died to that. Not worth it at all. That would just be really risky. Oh, there's monsters nearby. Great. Alright. I will say I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. I know we're really early on. We're not even like... We're not even up to there. Look at how much more we gotta go. I'm not sure if I'm a fan. Something needs to be done here. This just does not look right. This looks fine. This looks okay. This does not look good. Mike, how do you make Minecraft? Oh, here we go. This is something that I have not done. Which I thought I was going to do, but I just didn't do it. Mossy cobblestone. I can get that from the jungle trees. If I get the leaves, I can make that. I also use moss blocks too. Let's get ourselves a stone cutter and let's see what else we can make. Because that was definitely something I was supposed to do originally before I started doing this. But I, for some reason, just didn't. So let's find ourselves our stone cutter or build another stone cutter because I do not have all day to kind of mess around with this. See, we do have some mossy cobblestone. Just this, I mean, we could add that in there, so that gives us another block to use. I'm not sure a good place to mine moss is. I mean, we can use vines, sure. Like, where's my stone cutter? Like, I'm surprised I have so much iron in my iron farm, but I have no iron sitting over my, like, mini... Well, that was my original base. Just surprising to me that I have no iron sitting over there. Right, let's make a stone cutter real quick. Yes, I do have a stone cutter here. I clearly see that. What can we make out of these? Nothing cool. Nothing cool. Oh, this is looking pretty decent from far away. Like, if we just imagine we added moss in there. That'd be a cool addition. That would be a cool addition. Don't get me wrong. Not sure yet, but that would be very cool. I was also thinking about using the auto crafters, like I said earlier, because I haven't used them. I want to make a auto crafter so I can craft up melons easily. I also want to use an auto crafter to make automatic sugar cane so we can trade that with the farmer or the villagers. I want to make an auto crafter for some very, probably for moss blocks as well, especially if we're going to use a ton of them. For the time being, I'm going to leave my stone cutter over here. And I'm going to leave a little bit of iron in one of these chests. So if I need it, I can come back and grab that here. But the one problem that we do have is we're going to have not a ton of redstone. So we're going to have to be really efficient on our redstone use. Or really AFK over there by our farm. I have about 44 redstone. Which isn't terrible. But I mean, I did start with only 12 or 13. Which was the last time I was over there. So I got a little bit more. Just from AFKing and killing some guys getting the XP on this. I didn't really AFK that long just to upgrade my tools. But everything's going to help out. Everything's going to help out. The one thing that I'm struggling on this here is the corners and the curves. I feel like, as you see here, like I'm not getting it to curve enough. I feel like some of these spots here I'm not curving it. So this is probably something we're going to have to do quite a lot of, is kind of come back and forth. But that's the beautifulness of Minecraft, isn't it? Is the restructure and design. Like here, it looks a little bit weird. I could just bring it up like so and have like a really steep wall, which is what mountains do, by the way. And I should maybe start incorporating that, and I wasn't. But I also like trying to have some sides that are kind of smooth. Not only smooth with the smooth blocks, but kind of smooth and shaped a little differently. Have a little bit different heights and depths and sort of things like that. But if I do that for all of it, if I do that for all of it, we could be here forever. I mean, this is not going to be done in a one stream thing. This is probably going to be doing some of this off stream as well. Let's take a look back and just kind of see what we're doing here. It's looking good. It's looking decent. It's looking like a mountain, that's for sure. We can include slabs too. Do not forget that, Claude. You can include cobblestone and smooth stone slabs. Adding those would definitely get this thing to boop. I kind of want to make this one like really sharp and like not jagged, but definitely make this kind of like a sharp, straight up sort of thing over here. This is probably the first time in my Minecraft career that I have kind of sat down and sort of wanted to design a mountain. Like actually design a mountain. Usually I just pick mountains. I have done things like this, I guess, in the past, but not, definitely not to this scale. For sure, not to this scale at all. So we're going to kind of get this thing to start jaggedly going straight up. I don't know how many I want to go, but we're just going to kind of vibe it out, shall we? And of course, we can add grass at these top points because just like in real Minecraft and in IRL, whoever goes outside is a newbie, there will be the grass, so we can have a little bit of color to pulp it out. And then just drop a couple blocks in there like so. Maybe put a block there. And we're going to kind of curve this around on this side a little bit. And then we'll come down to over here. Kind of want to use dirt as these blocks to, so we don't lose all the detail on it. Because there's like dirt veins that go down, I think, in Minecraft walls. I definitely see that a lot. Some really dirty veins. Get it? Dirty veins? But I kind of want to... It's just, I mean, sure, I have 3 blocks here, which is decent. But I feel like everyone else that makes mountains makes like these really cool mountains with so many different blocks. So if I can make this look pretty okay with just these, that would be like honestly pretty crazy. Like core, even just having coarse dirt would be good. But I can't remember how to make coarse dirt. I believe that involves gravel, if I'm correct. I'm gonna take a look real quick while we place this here. Minecraft, how to make coarse dirt. Yeah, you need gravel. Man, we gotta go pretty high up. I did not chest in the Earth server, even though I said to myself mentally. Don't know if I said it out loud, but I wanted to test the fall damage and see how far I could fall in the Earth server without dying. With just feather falling 4 and protection 4. I feel like Minecraft's game that people don't understand so well is the fact that a lot of the game is based off of like kinetic energy. That would be the best way to describe it. Like, for example, the spears really do a ton of damage, based off of kinetic energy, and especially using the elytra, you can really kill some cool mobs and stuff like that with like zero hits, like instantaneous deaths. I feel like that's something that I don't know too much, like at least the thing and the compound interest on that, because even though I know I could probably survive here, like maybe I'll get to half a tart from this height, but if I go up like 4 more blocks, this is what I'm trying to explain. If I go up like 4 more blocks, will that kill me? Or will the kinetic energy kind of like stop? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Is that how, what is the, the points system on that? All right, we're going to go down and we're going to take a look and see what this looks like. I know for a fact if I drop from my house, and I think if I drop from there, I will not die. We took no damage there. We took a half a heart there. Literally didn't even take damage on our boots. Of course we did, but it didn't show up. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's starting to look good. Oh, I'm trying to, like, do I go and get mycelium or whatever? Keep calling it mycelium. What would happen if I dig up these blocks here? Will it give me a different dirt, or does it just look like dirt on the side? You see that? Look at that. That looks really cool just how it is. Feels like it's growing into that, which is, I guess, what it is doing. Pod soil. What happens if I put a block on top of pod soil? Will this eventually turn into dirt, is what I'm asking. I'm not sure. But doesn't that look sick? But if you break it accidentally, it does turn back into normal dirt. So I can maybe make a pod soil farm, dig it up, and put it in there. And then that can break up some of this dirt level, and we can just come back in. It's honestly starting to look pretty cool. It looks really good here. I'm going to fill up my drink, and I will be right back. All right, so you see this curve? This is looking so good. I think if we did just get that pod soil, what do you guys think? If I got some of that pod soil and I came around here and I dabbed a few of those in there, or maybe just made this section like right here pod soil, like just a vein of it, that would be sick. I think that would be really sick. Now I just got to figure out how to get a ton of it. And I forgot how I got that. I think that was because I grew 4 dark oaks, or it could have been 4 spruces. It wasn't the spruces, was it? Maybe it was. Look at that big spruce thing, like Zach was saying. I think that's where that came from. And then we can, like, yeah, we can just add that. Then instead of being 3 blocks, it's 4. Then I can come back in with the moss blocks, and I can add that next to the pod soil cobblestone. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a work in progress. It's going to definitely be a work in progress. But I kind of want to get up to there and just kind of slowly build this out. I do like how this is starting to get very sharp there. Ideally, too, if we had some sort of once we get some dripstone, we can actually, like, you know, go to the nether too. But there's so many things that we could do. There's so many things. We have so much. This series, as long as I don't do something stupid like die to fall damage, this series is going to be the world's sickest series that you guys have seen. Of course, I know it's not going to be a YouTube video in its entirety. Like, some people have those really long, beautiful YouTube videos. I've been watching so many of those recently. For example, I've been watching Ishes, and I can't remember the new guys that I've been watching. They do these series where they have a bunch of Minecraft players, 1,000 people. It's like rich versus poor. Is like they're like the big one is like rich versus poor, right? They survive on a certain amount of days on this Minecraft world, and you have 2 teams or 4 teams. They just see how long you can survive in this Minecraft world. Random people, they all make civilizations, they all betray each other, blah blah blah. It's all really repetitive, but it's also just like real life. I mean, no matter what, how organized, everything just repeats. But I've been watching a lot of those, and some of those people that do this in these short amount of times make these beautiful mountains. Of course, they are playing with a lot more people, and they are coordinated to an extent. Not the experiment. I know some things of the experiment they are. I'm not saying that like they're fake experiments. I don't think that at all. I know some people think that they are, but I don't think they are. I think that when they choose which team they want to be on, because they do get a choice of option A or option B, or option 1 or option 2. I feel like they go, hey, Cripsa, Abby, Claude for Chicago. Let's all pick option 2, whatever it is, and we'll just go there and we'll build. And our series goal is going to be this. I definitely think that is something that happens. Like, I'm not even going to deny. I definitely think that is what happens on these games. But I've been really enjoying it. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I would definitely look up Ish. 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 Ish made his last video he posted was 8 months ago, or maybe 9 now if you're watching this. It's pretty close to it. He made he said 1,000 players. It was 2.5 hours long, and of course it is a YouTube video, so it's not entirely perfect, of course, but that was probably one of the best Minecraft movies I've ever watched, because it really was a movie. He had this huge event for the 1,000 players, and they had this civilization, but it was a literal movie, and I would highly recommend anybody watching. It took me like over a week to finish, because I was only able to watch 20 minutes here while I was eating, 20 minutes here when I'm eating, blah, 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 blah. It was so awesome. I would completely highly recommend. The cool thing about these series is some of these guys, the cool thing about these series is he doesn't go, oh, in our last series, Claude from Chicago did this. Oh, in the last series, Zach Daily Games did this. Oh, in the last series, Liam did this. No. He lets people just figure that out on their own, and all the series are independent, even though they are the same actors. You could like, Claude, why it would be boring to see the same actors? Well, we see literally, who I seen online, Clint Eastwood just officially retired from acting, ? Is that true? He's only 98 years old. But you see actors react in different movies, and they don't say, in this last film, like, in the middle of this. It's really good. Like, definitely would recommend it. It was like 2.5 hours long. You're going to have to watch it in many sittings. I watched it in many sittings myself. So, it was 1,000 players, rich versus poor. It was, like, so cool. It was so good. Like, the story was, like, great. And if it wasn't planned out, which is exactly how I think it was legitimately done that way. That was unbelievably skill in terms of the editors, as well as the players, and just the server. Like, it just, if it was unscripted like that, and the script came in later, because they did, of course, post game interviews and post video interviews. Like, it's crazy. I think that 1,000 player versus 1,000 player rich versus poor for Ish's one, the one that I'm talking about, the 2.5 hour one. I think they did that series in like 7 or 10 live streams for 2 hours a day, which is funny because you don't think that like you wouldn't think all that stuff happened that quickly, and if it did, which it did from because I was watching somebody's behind the live stream stuff, right? It's just crazy how much they did in those like. If it was 7 days, that's 14 hours. It's crazy how much they did in that time. I would like to have this be like a little like grass nook. Like, I don't know if we're going to put a tree up here, but I want there to be a little bit of like a grass nook for sure. Maybe come out like a little inlet here. Nothing super crazy or huge, but just a little bit of something. Yeah, it could be literally nothing, but it would be nice to have just a little grass. I know we made like little progress up to here, but of course you gotta forgive me because we gotta start designing this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start designing this bad boy. Slowly but surely, we're gonna slowly be creeping up. Leave a little bit of dirt, but not too much because I kind of want to come in and start making this very jagged up here. Very sharp, very steep. Like this is where it's going to start really escalating to being super high. So I'm going to just draw this across here. I'm not sure how we're going to entirely get this to go, but add a few more cobblestone there. Not too many. I don't want too much here. Just a few pieces of cobblestone. And I definitely don't want too much dirt at this level. Alright. This looks a little bit too tall. So we might have to pull a little bit of this back. So we'll just go back like maybe right about there. And now we'll go back a little bit. And then here we'll bring a block out and give it a little bit of depth. But I do want it to be sharp and going up. So bring this up a little bit here. And we're almost to the top, huh? Isn't that crazy? We are almost here. Almost here. We are here. We're officially at the top. I do want this to be like a perfectly flush thing around in terms of the height. What does that mean? Like, I do want this all to be the same height. I don't want any, like, really fake curvatures. Like, I don't want it to end short. I want it to be this height. So, we're just going to have to figure out how we're going to get this bad boy to kind of come on in, shall we? Cool thing about this is I can just add a block and it'll look like nothing. It'll look completely original, huh? Knock this block out over here, bring this block back. We're going to put some torches up here because, of course, this is where I do want it to be. And we're just going to knock out this dirt little wall here. And we're going to see how this looks. Of course, there's a few little gaps we're going to have to fill in. Nothing too worrisome there. Now this is kind of going into the wall that we had originally. So I'm not sure how I'm going to design that here. Of course, this is going to be a mob spawning zone. Go, so we gotta figure out something to do. And I really am not a fan of, like, designing this at nighttime. I mean, it's fine. I'm not really too worried about, like, mobs or anything, to be honest with you, but I should be. This is a hardcore world, Claude. Remember that. Will I survive from this fall damage here, right? Probably could. I don't want to risk it too much. And I feel like if I just make this really big with stone, this will look fine. Could be wrong. Let's bring this out a little bit. This is going to annoy the bling blong out of me of just having that one gap there. I know I'm going to come back and fill it in later, but still it would. Alright, I don't want to go too much crazy over there because I'm probably going to change it a little bit. What is... We're at what? 45? We lose one heart for 45 to 57. I really like this here. I hate that. Maybe I just hate that because I don't have it, like, complete. But I do hate that for sure. I feel like I just hate it because it does not have... The rest of this is not filled out. You know what I'm saying? When I fill these blocks in and it starts to curve down, I think it's going to look a little bit better. But I do like how the stone is turning out. It does feel very natural, that dirt in there. Not this, of course. That doesn't look natural, but it does look... It's starting to look very good. All right, let me fill up my drink with the rest of my little pop, and we're going to just kind of sit down and grind it. The one thing that I need from the winery trader is pale oak blocks. Pale oak blocks is the one thing that I definitely need. I have not. I need them. All right. This is looking good. I'm liking this. That needs to change. I think that's just going to change once I start adding more blocks in the back. So I'm not too worrisome about that. All right. How much resources do I have? I definitely got more dirt back because, of course, we're getting dirt. Don't need to grab any more dirt. I probably don't need this pickaxe on me, to be honest with you. Smooth stone is what I'm going to need, and good thing I kind of grinded to bling blong on a smooth stone. Of course, I don't need exactly 9 stacks, but I want to make sure that I do have enough. So I have 2 double chests full of smooth stone, almost a third one. Smooth stone is definitely my go-to, as you see. Almost my go-to. We're going to have to grab more smooth stone later. What does that mean? That's called Claude AFK. But this does look good. I am really enjoying this. All right. Let's go from this side, and hopefully we can kind of salvage that. Don't think that's going to be too hard to salvage. It's just the doing it. Okay, so I think we're going to kind of keep this side to be a little bit more dirty. So let's kind of just design this and go out the back here and get some dirts in. I do want this to be a little bit dirty. gotta just remember that I can go up a lot higher than what I'm going. Because we already made the smooth edges here. I don't have to make any more smooth edges anymore. I could, but I don't have to. Like, stuff like that. See, just turn it around like that. Like, it's not the super science. And I know I don't have any cobblestone here, but I'm going to come through and add some cobblestone in this bad boy real quick. And as you already see, some of this grass is growing up here, which is exactly what I want. And then, of course, these gaps here, this might have some grass, but that's not going to have grass. It's going to look really good. You see, this looks meh. We come in here, add some cobblestone. Just something simple like we'll add one there, add one there. Pops out a little bit of color, and maybe we'll have a section of 2 here. Maybe have 1 here. I don't want it to be too stony. This is the very big stony part. You know, maybe we'll add a normal stone like that. It looks, you know, there we go. It's starting to look good. Starting to look a little bit more flushy. We can go more steep. I just got to remind myself to do that. Like, we can go steep. No limitations. No stopcations. No yeetifications. And just because that's there does not mean that this doesn't need to be. It's like real life. Like, sure, stone and stuff does grow at a certain pattern or whatnot. But we can kind of mimic whatever we want. We can mimic whatever. Because this is an artificial mountain, guys. Remember that. This is an artificial mountain. These villagers do not know that the world is flat. So how would they know that what a mountain... They just grew up their entire life that this is a mountain. So if it doesn't look perfect, how are they going to know? There literally is no other mountains to compare except for the ones that they have. The ones that they have been fed their whole lives. Oh, every time I look back, I just can see the amount of work this is going to take. It's crazy that I gave myself this task. And this is only one spot, for the record. This has to go all the way around my entire map. And then this is a huge waterfall. But it is, look, our map does look really cool from this angle. This is probably the first time in my entire series that like I get a really cool original angle. It's been a minute since I gotten one. I got one, I guess, on this live stream when I got it from my iron farm. How many thumbnails has this farm or this tree farm been in it? In the photo. Can anybody take a guess? I don't know what the number would be, but I would say it's probably been out of the 27, the farms. If you're, I'm counting these farms. It doesn't matter what blocks. They're probably in it, everyone except for 5 of them. 3 were the house. I think there was a 4th one with the house. And then there was, like, I think the first episode. I think every other one incorporated somehow incorporated that in there. The farm just being just there. It's not because I wanted to. It's just because that's the only thing that I had built, and that was the only thing I could like show progress for. Oh, Minecraft YouTubers. Gotta love them sometimes, huh? Now, there is a little problem with my computer. It's not something major. I thought it was the server that we were playing on Earth, and I don't think it's that. I think it's my computer, because every once in a while my computer like randomly glitches up and freezes for a second. And that's got me killed on the Earth server. But it's definitely my computer. It just like randomly freezes. Also, I'm also known as the person that's running so many things in the background too, so that could be the problem at the same time. I got Google Chrome running. I got my Minecraft running. I got Discord running. I got. Uh, Sometimes I have Fortnite running with my Minecraft. So probably is more of a me issue than the computer, because you know the computer can only do so much. But yeah, I do not like building at nighttime. I just don't want a creeper. I don't think it's going to be the creeper that would kill me on this. I don't think I could die from a creeper direct explosion with all this protection on me. From a direct explosion. Like a creeper could definitely explode and push me off him. That is definitely a possibility. But I don't think it would be a direct explosion. So I do have to be weary of that. I think if a skeleton spawned on this bad boy, especially a skeleton with a helmet, yeah, that could be like game over. My luck, it would be a skeleton with an enchanted bow and an enchanted helmet, and they would have, of course, Unbreaking 3 on that. It would be kind of cool to get this mountain to kind of like curve in a little bit over here. Not too much, but it would be cool to get the curve in a little bit. So I'm going to try to do that here. So let's just kind of see what we're going to do. I don't know if the dirt would per se be the best block for it to curve in at, but we're going to just use the dirt for the time being. This is going to be a mob spawning spot in the inside, so I'm just going to pre-patch that up before I get too far. And then I think from here we'll just kind of patch this in like so. And we're going to kind of look and see how this looks in a second. Okay, we'll go up a little bit here, knock these out, and go up. And then we'll kind of come back in. We'll chip this block out real quick. I don't want to chip that out because that's kind of like right there. I think this is just going to look weird no matter what until we flesh out the rest of these sides. Once it gets to nighttime again, we'll come down and we'll take another look and see how this is turning out. Make sure you're always eating, Claude. Make sure you're eating. I'll wait for another villager to show up. Wandering trader to show up. If you guys see that, let me know. I definitely want another wandering trader. And hopefully he gives me pale oak. If not dripstone, so I can go to the nether. Of course I can go to the nether if I really wanted to, and just gave myself the ability to walk out of a thousand parameter. Maybe one day we'll do that. Maybe if we get to like day 1,000, maybe I'll change it. But I really am just waiting to see. I think also going into the nether is probably going to be one of my biggest downfalls, because I feel like I'm going to die to something in the nether. The nether is always dangerous, so I don't want to rush myself going there. I am using a lot more stone than cobblestone. Which isn't a bad thing, because most mountains in Minecraft are just made of stone. Just the default mountains. So it's not the end of the world. Of course, default mountains also do not use any cobblestone in them at all. If they are, I just can't remember off the top of my head. I feel like, too, it might be a good idea to sort of maybe at the top of these things kind of curve them in with some dirt or curve them so they're not so directly pointed up. But we're going to find out in just a few seconds how this is looking. So, like, for example, we are at 0. Let's just see how far we can fall without dying. We dropped 24 blocks. We lost 2 hearts. Like, there's definitely some sort of compound interest. Don't get me wrong. There definitely is. I know there's a kinetic interest. I don't know what it is, but I just know I shouldn't be doing that too often if I don't have to. Oh, look at that. This curved in a little bit. That little cave thing, that's looking cool. You know what? I didn't even think of it. Why don't I just add, like, little caves in there, too, so that the villagers know, like, hey. I do wanted to add, like, some outside mines to it, but then that would be, like, the villagers be like, what are you guys mining in there? Like, I'm sure they would know what a mine is, maybe. Unless we never told them, but I would like to have houses on the side of it. That, just imagine, look at, just from what we did with the dirt originally to here, look at how cool that looks. That looks really cool. This curving in looks really dope. Now, I know I wanted it all to be the same height up here around. I feel like that is definitely going to be chipped out eventually. Once I get this all turned around, I think I'm going to chip out some V sections and some W's and some, like, sections like that. Because making it completely flat is something that would be cool, but I just don't want it to all be like that. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to try to go up on this side here, so we have a different starting point, so I can, like, kind of flesh out the middle a little bit easier. I hate to use dirt on, like, every corner bit, so let's kind of back that off a little bit. I should probably put a whole bunch of safety waters in the back. Just so that I don't fall and, like, die. Good thing I designed this with it being 1,000 up. Or sorry, 1,000, a 0. So I just know where to stop. We're like almost there. We're 2 away. Oh, we're over. We're actually over. My bad. This is the top. Let's take a little napskis. Let's see how this looks, shall we? See? Zombie spawning right there. It's hard to believe that that's the same height as that. Even though I know for a fact it is the exact same height, it's hard to believe that it is. All right, let's grab more stone and stuff like this. Let's restock ourselves. All right, we're gonna have to start pulling out some of our backup stone here. Do I like make a nice V shape in here? Like where it's like a ravine? Like right here? I do got to remind myself that underneath this in the back is definitely going to be a spawn trap. And my microphone's right in a spot where my blocks are, so it's kind of hard for me to see a little bit. Maybe we make like a nice lush flower ravine sort of looking thing here with grass and pot soil. Maybe this would be our exits for the villager to escape. Of course, in our story lore, that's not happening in the future. This could be just all like a grassy dirt field. Yeah, something like this, but it needs to be a little bit deeper. So maybe we're just going to bring some of these blocks back a little bit. Make a nice flat section. With more than enough dirt. If I run out of dirt from all my little outposts, I don't know. I don't want to make a dirt quarry, but there will be definitely be a dirt quarry coming at some time in the future. I gotta remind myself, one of these nights we gotta come down here and we gotta light this bad boy up. I want to take a look and see how this is looking. It's going to need to go up on a bigger curve than that because that just doesn't look like anything right now. I want to leave a stack of dirt here for just when I need stuff. Then the mountains kind of go up on the side. Maybe this will be the remainder of the dirt, and then we'll go and add the rest of those walls up. But it definitely needs to start, like, popping out or something, because I cannot see it too much. It does look really good up here. Like, if we knock these blocks out, this will at least let us see it, I think, a little bit more. I'm just so used to me having the Elytra on that Earth server that it's hard for me to just like, hey, I just want to jump off here, grab some grass real quick. I know I was at the bottom. I don't want it to go any farther than this, though. Let's be for real here. I don't want it to be... I want this to kind of have the mountains come up. But I want this to kind of go deeper back. Same thing here. I don't want to go any farther here. I just want it to go slower angle going up. Whatever dirt we have, we have. All right. Tomorrow's payday. I'm looking forward to payday. Always good to... it's always a good reminder that tomorrow is going to be payday. It's just nice to sort of see your bank account grow in money. Of course, the older you get, the more money you do spend, but it's always nice to kind of know that all the grinding and the hard work you've done within those last 2 weeks comes into your bank account, and you can spend it on almost anything you want, I guess, right? Of course, some things you have to, take care of first, like rent or mortgage payment or internet or those sort of things. So it's not free money, right? You can't use it all for what you want, but it is nice that you can have some little bonus cash to do whatever you want, right? Is this deep enough now? I do want this to be like a flower section, a beautiful flower section. All right, we're going to jump down here. We're going to throw some torches in here before I do forget. Because, of course, a zombie is not really a threat. But what is a threat is creepers. Creepers are never fun to deal with. I want to grab some grass blocks as well. So we can move some upstairs. We'll just bring whatever this is and we'll transport it up. And we'll just take a little napskis here and see how this is looking. Of course, yes, I do see that hole there. I do like this little curve section. I think I need to incorporate a little bit more of those to give a little bit of more depth. Yeah, you really can't see the dirt from this angle, but if I go to the church here, which is going to be one of the tallest buildings in the area. There's two churches, so we got to make this one a little taller than the other one. Or redesign this. Maybe we make another cathedral in this world. How does it look from this angle? If this is the tallest, oh, that looks good. I do need to bring the dirt on that side because I do want to be able to see that little cavern. If I put the big thick walls there, it's going to block some of that. So we want to bring it to here, cover that in, and put that there. And then we can bring the walls in on this side because that's fine. How does it look from the top? How tall is this? This is 23. We got to curve it this way. Curve it this way for sure. But I think that's a really good start. I swear I saw a bed right here. Yep, here we are. I'm not going crazy. One other thing that I want to do is I want to get bees. I learned this in the Earth server accidentally. If you grow birch trees, there is a chance that a beehive can spawn on it. Did anybody know this? I did not know that. So, yeah, we can actually just get bees in this world without actually having bees. Now, this is a different update because I'm not playing on 21. I am playing on 26.1, I think. What's the version of this? 26.1, yes. I'm not going to upgrade this version until I get every villager that I want. Because I know they keep changing stuff to villagers. I want to make sure that I have every villager that I can possibly get. I don't know what's going to come in this update, and them switching these massive updates every couple years now. These little subtle changes is what's going to throw me off. So I just kind of want to be able to have enough resources and time. So I'm just not going to force update. We're just going to literally be on this update for, I don't know, months, maybe, if not years. Just the same version. I'm normally the contributor of, like, just keep playing with the new updates. Maybe if there's a new major update, I will, but I do want to spend a little bit of time on this update if possible. So this mountain already kind of exists here, so I don't want to go too crazy changing this. So we're just going to kind of bring this dirt across like so. And then, like, maybe we can get it to curve or something. See, there's our little friend right there. Do not want our friend coming near us, if all possible. Okay, we brought some grass up here. We're going to officially shove in a piece of grass right here. And I don't want to place any more. I kind of want to naturally see this grass grow just in this one spot. And of course, this is not going to all grow, of course, on stream. So I'll just place some more in. It'll all grow off stream. Because, you know me, I'm going to be sitting at that farm. And by the time I turn around, it's all going to be gone. So let's at least put some in here so you can see on just stream some growth. Okay, see, look at boom, grow. Look at boom, boom, two growed, two grooted. We'll go a couple more dirts up here, just to give it a little bit of non-perfection, a little bit of fake growth. Then we'll start moving this in with cobblestone and kind of get it to go steep up. I don't want it to be... how would you call it? I don't want it to curve in up here, because if I do that, it's going to look a little weird, because how is flowers going to grow if the sun's only hitting it for like a couple hours a day? I'm pretty sure flowers require what, like a ton of sunlight. There goes my internet dropping. At least it reconnected. Okay. Perfect. It dropped for like literally maybe 2 seconds. I don't have a ton of dirt on me, so I'm just trying to utilize this as the best I can. I'm gonna place a grass block there. Yo, what's going on, Cripsa? Thanks for coming out to the live stream. How are you doing this fine evening? We're making our little mountain. Our little mountain is getting mountified, huh? Just slowly but surely bringing this up. I think I'm going to jump onto the Earth server a little bit later just to do some, like, AFKing. Been very busy and very tired for the past while, but we ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to be tired. You got to be tired every once in a while. That's when you know you're having a good time. The last couple days for getting up for work, I just was like, man, I want to sleep more. But work, you know, you're grinding, so you kind of always feel tired. Even though my job's not really super physically demanding, it can be sometimes, but it's definitely mentally demanding for sure. Every day is a different task. Every day is a different problem. I hate to go down here because these guys are standing right here, but I want to look and see how this is looking. This grass is growing really fast. We're just gonna kind of run around these guys. Also, I made a better stone generator for the SMP. Oh, thank God. Honestly, I'm just tired from heat exhaustion. It's hot here, and I have to travel a fair bit for it. Hey, yeah, I know you gotta take your scooter, right? That could definitely be draining. I've thankfully have been sitting in the AC for this past week, and it's been pretty hot here too. I think it's about like I think it was 90 degrees recently. Look at we're losing our dirt supplies, huh? We're actually running. We're kind of running low. I'm sure there's a few more dirt chunks sitting around. Oh, look at this! Look at this mountain. Doesn't this look good? Oh gosh, this is gonna look freaking lit. Especially once I put the flower things in here. This is all from one live stream. Oh, that's looking good. A lot more grinding to do. A lot more grinding to do. And our supplies here are... I mean, we still have a ton of supplies, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of supplies left. But I'm going to need a lot more than this. A newer version, you can kill them without setting off the raid. Yeah, we're in 26.1. This is not the same one as the SMP. I think you can actually play on the SMP in this version. I see the thing loaded in. But I don't want to... I haven't had a chance to jump on it. On this version, of course. But look at this. If I back out real quick, I can see it right here. So... But I haven't never joined it. But yeah, I think you can kill them because the guy doesn't have the banners anymore. I just haven't actually played around with that. You have to drink the bottle to trigger it? Yeah, I've seen people say that. That's actually a really nice addition because those guys are really annoying. Especially if you always got to wait every time you kill them. Like, that was definitely annoying back in the day. And I take my scooter to a lot of things. It's been hitting 85 to 90 here pretty regularly. Not much a win. Yeah, the SP runs on a version. Doesn't matter which version you use, it just backports it. Same with the creative server. Yeah, the creative server, for some reason, I don't get connected to it. Did the IP change or something like that? Probably did. And I probably just didn't read it. But I haven't been able to see the creative one. Is that also hosted on Slax's computer? Or is that running off of somebody else's computer? It's not like I go on the creative server, to be honest with you, very often. I only would go on a creative server when the other server's down. Or I'm just, like, looking around. Because I feel like the one thing with the creative server for me... I just don't know what to do. I feel like when I get the blocks, I know what I want to do. Once I, like, grind for hours getting blocks, I know what I want to do by that point. Half Minecraft struggle for me is, what am I going to do with all these random blocks? And turns out we're making a big-ass mountain. Um, Even the guy with the banner doesn't automatically give you the effect. You have to drink the ominous potion. Yeah, it really is a great change. Yeah, it did. It's hosted off the Australian PC, but the updated domain for the creator server is. I'm not worried about leaking the domain since it's a whitelist is in the effect. I'm still not going to read it out loud just in case. But yeah, I remember the first time that I was trying to get on a server and they had a whitelist. I don't know how we were doing that. That was like Minecraft Earth or what it was, but I somehow me and my cousin AJ were like, oh, we got to get whitelisted on the server, and it took forever. And the first thing that we did was we got whitelisted by the owner, and then he like instantly banned us. I don't know why he did that. I don't even know what the server was. I think it was a faction server. I mean, we played a ton of faction servers, so maybe that was the first one. But like, we instantly got banned. Like, we didn't even do anything. It was just we finally got whitelisted after like a day or two IRL. Got on there, got banned. I feel like it was probably not the owner that banned us or the person that whitelisted us banned us. It was just a random moderator. But I do remember that. It's crazy. That was like 10 years ago. I still remember that. Where's the time go? You're starting to fly. You know, I know getting old definitely is not super fun. Um, what I have learned about getting old is you start to come to the realization that your health is really important, so you should stop doing stupid things. Um, I feel like I need to learn that, and I've been trying to stop doing stupid things because you're starting to get to this age now where you're going like, even if you sleep on the wrong side of the bed, it starts to hurt when you wake up. Like there was a middle of the night, as of recently, I woke up at about 5 in the morning, and my hip just was hurting, and I said, "Please God, when I wake up in like an hour from now, please don't let my hip hurt." And it didn't, and I was so happy. It's like, thank you, God, thank you, thank you, thank you. But there has been, like, for example, my right wrist, like the side of it, like I heard it, like I told you guys on stream, like I heard it while at work using a mouse. And ever since that day, I mean, today I haven't really felt it too much, but the wrist has kind of went away. It took like a month to go away. There was one time I was leaving a baseball game, and there was a slight curve, and my ankle twisted slightly. And I know it didn't actually hurt it based off of just the force, but I was so worried that I was going to have like a sore ankle for so many days. I feel like it was so scary. I also felt like I told you guys I really haven't broken a bone like that IRL. I would definitely would not like to do that at this current time. I don't think it ever would be ideal, but I it's definitely getting like I'm like officially at the age of like being concerned about that, especially with this root canal that I have to get done eventually. I gotta schedule it. I'm still gonna lose, like, even though I have like decent insurance now instead of like free insurance, right? It's still gonna cost me a lot of money. It's still gonna cost me like, I think either way, if I use the free insurance or whatnot, like I'll save like maybe 500 to $600, like from the free insurance to this. It's just, ugh. Make sure you take good care of your teeth. Make sure you take good care of your body, because once you start hitting those older ages, man, oof, it's just like, wow, time it starts. It's like, damn, you really can't do that anymore. My supervisor's talking about her husband doing like some crazy things, like some really athletic stuff over the weekend. And I was like, I finally like came to a realization, like I would always ask my dad to do stuff like that, but I never really thought of his age like that as a kid until like literally she told us the story yesterday or the day before. And I'm like, that's probably why my dad never really did anything crazy at that age, because he's also like, like he's starting to know like, hey, he's getting like older. Like you could really hurt yourself doing some of these stupid things, even though you could do them as a kid. It's just crazy how the time goes, starting to fly. Ugh, old gang. Not Unk yet, but the good thing there. Yeah, I don't know whitelist. It's just there for grief protection, and mostly, thankfully, everyone on the whitelist hasn't broken those rules, so need to rethink it. Not gonna lie, for me, I have tended to be a bit too safe, so I have to like opposite that issue. You know, you say that, but I feel like that's not really a bad attribute, Cripsa, because like for example, I kind of semi skateboarded, but of course I never really had a. I'm not trying to jinx myself here. I really am not trying to break a bone, and I'm not wishing that on anybody. But there's a lot of people that I skateboarded with or knew when I was recording them and stuff like that that broke their ankles a couple times, and honestly, cool, like it was kind of cool at the time because like you broke it skateboarding, like blah blah blah, but like how much of that pain is going to come back when they're like older now, when they broke those like their ankle on the skateboarding and or biking or those things, you know what I'm saying? Like my neck hurts from when I had my neck like injury. um it's yeah, it just sucks, it just sucks. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just not. It's not a great feeling. Like you're just chilling and then like your neck hurts for like a day or two. Not ideally fun. Oh man. The worst part about the super flat world is you can see when the sun is gonna set and like you just gotta wait. I wish there was a Minecraft feature like you could just sleep at any time just in base game. Like this is definitely bedtime. Bedtime IRL, bedtime in video game. Now that I say that I wanted to jump onto the server after this, I just started to realize how much stuff I gotta still do when the stream is over. Ah! You ever feel like that? Anybody? I'm pretty sure Cripsa knows that feeling. Just like I literally typed it before I like even literally already typed it. It's just like, oh my god, I have like after this is over, I need to I need to do some slight cleaning. I need to edit 10 photos, which isn't super bad to do, right? But you got to make sure that these photos are correct and they have the right. They're graphics, I guess they would technically be called. They're not photos. They are photos, but they're not photos. Make sure the graphics are correct. Make sure all the numbers are correct. Make sure the locations are correct. The times are correct. And that'll take, even though it's 10 of them, it's probably going to take an hour. Post it for tomorrow. Get ready to go to bed. Take a shower. Today I had, honestly, I got home from things and I had to do out today a few papers and also organize things between my roommates. See, it's just like, and now it's 9:30 or 9. Sorry, not 9:30. It should be just 9:30 right now. It's 9:15 for me, 10:15 for you. You gotta go to work tomorrow. It's just like, ugh. I will say, even though the job that I have is really cool and I enjoy it and I am very grateful for it, it has definitely sped my last 3 months, roughly 3 months. It has absolutely flown by. And I'm honestly kind of really shocked how much I have been able to stream though within that time of getting this new job. Like it is crazy how much um, I've been able to stream. I've been more consistent streaming now with the job than when I. It's not like I didn't have a job before, as many of you know. It's just like the locked in factor that I have I have literally a dedicated schedule every day. I have to be at work at 8 in the morning to like 5 every day, like 5. Then I have my other jobs that I still do, and I do get that I was doing before, but I don't have to solely rely on those jobs. It's really kind of cool. Of course, it's not exactly like I said, it's not the field I want to be like lifelong in, but it is definitely fun. And if I had to be in this field lifelong, it's actually not that bad compensation wise, too, if that makes sense. I'm thankful I have tomorrow, mostly because I have to keep my Fridays clear for therapy. It's 10:16 in real time zone. Yeah, see? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time doing all this, but I'm really, like, enjoying how much I've been able to progress today in this world. I feel like if I just streamed all of this, I feel like I should stream building the wall, because building the wall is definitely something that if I done Goofy, I done Goofy. I'm gonna place some water on the bottom because I don't want to done Goofy myself today, especially today. So let's grab some buckets, shall we? Oh. Sure, I have a bucket around here. I have a bucket of milk for when I had that witch. Does milk give you, Dude, look at this! Look at this. This is looking sick. Oh my god, that looks beautiful. This is looking beautiful, mate. Wow. We're gonna need more stone. We're gonna... Oh my god, that looks awesome. This is only 3 different blocks. 4 blocks, I guess, if you count the grass that I placed in there. Oh my god, that's gonna look so good. Yeah, that's good. You feel like progress is happening. Yeah, oh man. We're getting this new job, Cripsa. Honestly, it is unbelievably, I'm so thankful for it. Like, even though it's not exactly what I want to do, like I said, for the rest of my life, the amount of, like, just the money growing just constantly is so freaking sick. Hopefully you can say the same. Honestly, like, I have been focusing on the past few weeks, and it has been organizing some summer plans. Ooh! What are your summer plans? Are you guys going on vacation somewhere? Are you going somewhere? I also heard this. I'm gonna ask her. Maybe I'll ask her off stream. It's not you. It's one of our friends. Um, I'll ask her off stream. But I heard this on their stream on the Bastion server that they may be. I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. I'm not trying to spoil it because I am at no right or liberty to say it on my stream. But I have kind of excited. All right, this is not going to stop me from dying in all spots. Like, don't get me wrong. But this is here just in case if I do fall, I may or may not be able to jump into that water. I'm going to keep a... I'm not... I really am not going to keep the bucket on me, to be honest with you. I'm just going to keep it in my inventory like that, so... But I'll just keep it there just in case if I do fall and I can just... Dream! I'm going to leave my bucket here. Can I place the bucket like this? I can place it in my offhand. Okay, did not know that. Oh, look at the grass. All right, Cripsa, I have to use the restroom real quick. I will be BRB. Where's the time go? All right, all right, all right. See, I'm at the point in this build that I think I might stay up fucking like I hate to swear while streaming because that's what I'm trying to avoid, of course, as you guys know, but I might freaking stay up to like 4 in the morning doing this. This is how fun this has been. Not really using my torches, so. Click! Yeah, I could see myself playing this until like 4 in the morning. I'm like, with all that extra stone that I have, that might just be just enough stone to do this. What I need to do is I need to get more pickaxes with Silk Touch and on Efficiency 5 and Unbreaking 3 on them. Same thing with just, Efficiency 5 and Unbreaking 3 for I've got, of course, the cobblestone. Just yank a bling blong amount of blocks out. I mean, I don't know. My life has been pretty all right. Also, I'm not going places, but I'm having people visit here. See? That's still cool. That's still very cool and very exciting. I don't think I have any plans of going anywhere this summer, unfortunately. I'm saving up for a big, big thing, so I can't say what it is, of course, but I am saving up to do something, but not this year. Well, it is going to be this year, yes, but I mean, like, not at this, like, summer. Does that make sense? I remember back in my old Minecraft days, I would be stressing out by wasting so many of these blocks, just changing it off and like deleting them. I really don't care that they're sitting on the side, TBH. And gives me a little bit more depth. Anyways, honestly, I don't know. I gotta go to sleep soonish, but I will spend some more time AFKing on the SMP for melons and the stone generation. Well, thank you so much, Cripsa, for coming on out. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I know I shouldn't go, like, I shouldn't stay up that late. I feel like I'm just gonna finish this side, and we're gonna have to do this another live stream because I feel like you just, like, I got stuff to do. I just talked about it with you and just in the chat, I got stuff to do. Even though I would love to keep going, I'm going to have to, like, yeah, I'm probably going to have to do the same thing. So I'll just probably finish this here, or if I run out of blocks. But it is looking freaking sick. That is for sure. Starting to fly. That song is so, like, that song is so bad, for the record. It's just so catchy. I mean, I guess Where the Time Go isn't a bad song. Hold on. Let me take that back. Before people start beating with me. It's not a bad, that's not really a bad song. You know what the worst song is? Back in Chicago, I've been it. That song is terrible. Oh my god, I hate that song. That's a tourist song. Our not my university, because I actually never went there, but one of the universities that I cover, I love the university, don't get me wrong, but they play that song like after like every home game, and it's just like, brother, like, come on, brother. You know, that's the same. Like, I guess I understand why. I understand, I guess, but it's just so annoying. People get upset with the the Blues Brothers song, and people get upset with the Gary, Indiana song too. Like, brother, what? Like, these are your theme songs for your place, not just they're like new ones. Like, I know the Back in Chicago is like the theme song of like the young generation. Back in Chicago, but like the Chicago theme song is the Blues Brothers, like guaranteed. Like that's been around. Like that is it. Same thing with the Gary, Indiana song. And people don't like it. I don't know why they don't like. That's like that's classic. That has been around for like 50 years. Not the Blues Brother one, the Gary, Indiana one. That one came out of the Music Man. When did the Music Man come out? The Music Man. The Music Man came out in 62. Come on, y'all. Stop beefing with that. Yeah, my plans are over the summer, like towards the end of July, I have long distance with for a while, and I'm excited about. Then later, I go back for family visit. Oh, that sounds very exciting. That is very exciting, especially if it's been a long distance. Like that's so cool. Do you know this person like that? I mean, I'm sure if you talk a lot, but just curious. Now you're curious. My interest has been spiked, very spiked. Yeah. Oh, I could just hear that. Just how you would say that. Yeah. That's the one thing about the stream. Okay, so I did release a since middle school. See, that's exciting. Me and my friends, I guess that's one thing that it's not set in stone. Ha, we're placing stone down. But we want to go see one of our friends that lives in a different state, not the state next over. We haven't seen them since probably the end of high school, so almost 10 years, maybe 9 years. We are going to do some sort of trip to go visit them, me and my friends. Don't know when that's going to happen, but the goal was to do that this summer. So thank you for reminding me about that. Probably won't be anything super crazy, but still. Dude, we are gonna need so many damn blocks for this project. But we're almost there. We're almost there to finishing this side. Maybe this could be like another cave section. Yeah, it sounds like fun as well. Oh, it will be. Oh my god! Water! I wasn't scared about that at all. Wasn't scared about that at all. How is this looking? Oh, look at that. Oh, the depth. Dude, look at how sick this looks. Can we ban rain? Oh, that looks so good. I can't believe this is like 4 blocks with the grass. It's really 3 blocks. I do have protection 4, and I do have feather falling 4. So I shouldn't die from that distance. But, if I fall and there's a skeleton there and it one-shots me, I would be a little bit upset about that. The cool thing about doing this project and to get back over there, considering there is no easy way for me to get up, is I just come onto this side and I just keep building some blocks up, and it really doesn't matter because eventually this is all going to be built in with a wall. So let's just sort of kind of, we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, see? Good thing I placed that water down. I'm going to definitely need to do that in more spots. And then do I curve this up and in? Maybe. I don't know. Since I moved, I had a lot of nice trips. That was close. Anyways, yeah, like one of the most memory was the October one where I took with Abby. That was really fun to do. Yeah, Abby, oh my gosh. Like, that would be such a cool trip just to hang out with her and you. Like, and of course with your other friends as well. Um, the fact that you guys went to New York, like something you guys would love to do. I think you were there before, um, especially with your love for transit and stuff like that. That was probably so enjoyable. I know you explained the experience to me many times before, and I'm sure on the stream as well before. It's just like that is sick. Like that would be like such a good friend vacation, and you are staying. It was. Oh, we got. Wait, I built this up too high, son of a bling blong. Good thing I noticed that. Even though it is technically not. Oh, I guess it is technically higher. That's not wrong, but how did I get this so off? I thought I was had my. Oh, that one must be the correct one. I could leave it at a different height, but I do not want to. We could come back later, and I might just knock it down and put it to the right height, but right now, no. Oh, I probably was here that I done goofed it. I still prefer transit, but here in New York, I absolutely love the giant stations from both Baltimore and DC. The one in New York is literally just too cramped. The real life transit actually being used. Cramp session 101. You know what, Kylie? I think that I think we're actually done here. I think there might be a oh, there's a huge gigantic hole here. Oh, we got to finish this. Finish this hole and then I think we're done. I think we're ending the stream after this. For sure, we're ending the stream. There might be one spot I want to add that grass in. I think the grass spot that I wanted to add in was somewhere over here. Where was that little overhang that I had? Is this here? It is here. And I want to patch this hole in too. It's not as big as I thought it was, but maybe I'll knock some of these blocks out and I'll add a little bit of dirt and grass. And of course, we're going to come back through here and add some mossy cobblestone and all that sort of stuff. Get as much detailing as we can going. There's a little hole right there I want to patch up too. We'll add a few more dirt here so we can have this turn into grass too. No wandering trader, huh? It definitely looks like it's a different height level, but it isn't. Oh my god, this looks beautiful, mate. Oh, this looks beautiful, mate. Oh my god, this is turning out to be phenomenal. Oh, look at that. Gonna have to get a screenshot this way. Hate how there's a little gap there, to be honest with you, for a screenshot, so I'm gonna have to go from a different angle. Oh, this mountain. This is what I'm talking about. And I think maybe in the next live stream, I'll start flattening it out at the top so that I can, see, the trees are in this shot too, what I was talking about earlier. So I can actually make the fake facade thing in the back. Dude, this looks sick. How does it look from the back? The back is supposed to look wacky. I'm just so curious how like this looks so I can like sleep and dream about this. Oh, this is gonna look so good on the backside too. Because there's gonna be those fake walls. Just like a straight flat and then just pillars down. Which I think I'm gonna use out of wood. Even on the back it looks cool. It's just crazy how much we built this out this way. There is one hole there. Dang it. Am I going to build up there and just grab that one? Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to not be able to sleep at night if I don't get that. Will not be able to sleep at nighttime. Or I could just break that block. I know I didn't say anything, but I was like, I could just break that block and save a torch. I don't know who was it. I think it was Exumavoid that had lit up the back of his wall, and they're like, why are you doing that? It just looks so cool. His inside of his little base. Oh, that looks awesome. Dude, this looks awesome. Wow. Kylie, thank you so much for coming out to this stream. I really do appreciate it. As well as everybody else that has came and watched at live or post-production. We're gonna have to get some more blocks, and a ton, because even though I have a couple of chests here filled with them, which is probably enough to probably not only finish this, but to expand this more, I'm just going to need a ton of blocks just overall to do this completely around the entirety of the base. It's going to take a very long time. And of course, if I come in through with some pod soil and some these blocks, I don't have a really good access to them at this time. I can make a vine farm and stuff like that. But that's not really my intention at this time. But this mountain, just doing this alone, and this is going to be a flower part, this is going to be so freaking cool. And I'm so excited for how this world is going to come. But yeah, that is going to unfortunately be it for today's live stream. Thank you so much, Kylie, for coming on out and enjoying. Thank you so much for everybody that's watched the stream live or post. Next time we come on here, hopefully we'll have another Wandering Trader, so I can play that video at the beginning of the live stream. But if not, we will see. So thank you so much for coming out, Fredlings. I do greatly appreciate it. I am going to back out, and I'm going to make a backup just in case something explodes with my computer. Probably should throw this on another external hard drive just in case as well. I want a special thank you to our Patreons for April and May, and now it's going to be turned into June. So let's update this here before I forget to. Don't need May April anymore. We're going to go as of May and June 2026. But that's going to be it, Fredlings. Love you guys so much. I am Claude from Chicago. And remember, a real Fredling makes their own luck. Bye.